Well, I screwed up quite a bit. Um, just to preface everything, I basically had my mic muted for an hour and a half of additional playing. So let me just recap very quickly what I did that's new over that hour and a half. I put two new townhouses in, and I cleared some of this area out. I made a few more barges because my economy is expanding a bit. I opened up the limestone quarries, one at Abydos and the other one at Tura. Well, actually not Tura, but Tura would be up here, but traditionally they got fine limestone from Tura. But anyways, I opened these up, and I'm trading with everybody that I could possibly trade with. I'm getting lots of materials. We've had some good harvests. We've had a very bad harvest semi-recently. I gave extra food from the stores and initiated a religious festival day. Try to bolster the happiness of people. Yeah. I guess that's that. I opened, well, I think I did this in the last video, or at least I started it. I have a stele that commemorates the coronation. I thought it was suitable for me to put that in front of the palace. I forgot about courtrooms or courthouses, so I made a few of these. Courts of law, and they're spread out a bit. There's another one under construction. I made another cult temple dedicated to Ma'at, and I decided to put a few statues about. This one's under construction, so are these. But I decided to have an overseer come here, and he will be overseeing the pyramids. So in order to facilitate the pyramids, and by the way, I have also created a huge number of granaries, because we should be receiving rich harvests soon. I made a camp nearby so that these people can commence work on some large pyramids. These are not quick to-dos. So I think we're 3 years into this pyramid and it's 12% complete. So that's where we are with that. I did some placement of palm trees that I like, just to spruce things up, because I'm a palm tree freak. I just love the look. And I don't apologize for it. That's just how I operate. This is an example of some of the statues I've ordered. I love the scribes. I have a soft spot in my heart for scribes. And just about every game now, they get by their front or on the sides, wherever I can fit them, they get statues of Thoth. The Egyptian word for Thoth is Jehuti or Jehutia, depending on the antiquity of the language you want to go for. And I put the...
It's gratifying, isn't it? Knowing that every family in the city needs you.
I put all the necessary amenities for townhouses and elite people, so I kept my overseer close to the main city because it's not that big of a walk, to be honest, from here
I wonder if there's any chance of not.
to this temple, or this pyramid. I was wondering why they weren't quarrying large statues over there. Because, you know, all I saw was the little or small statues. So I decided to make things that required large statues in the hopes that maybe they start getting some cut out. I don't know. Let's see, it's harvest time, and there should be another good flood. So that's a good thing. I've got quite a few laborers here, so I'm not going to add any more. Yeah, that's superfluous. I'm not going to do that. Where are they? What are they doing there? Digging or quarrying for statues. There's a reason why I had the place made right there. What on earth? Have I lost my mind? This is ridiculous. Well, this is awkward. There we go. I got lost. Alright. Well, yeah, this isn't right by there, and I know it's probably prudent to have the laborers living right here with the priests and shopkeepers. But I thought it was close enough to be reasonable. But yeah, they're not quarrying large statues, so I'm not too happy about that. Not doing it with good efficiency. Although I will say that working on a pyramid does make some demands on you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll get I'll have the laborers facing down here. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how they do. They have a bit of a trip to get goods, though. That's kind of the fly in the ointment. I want to see if I give them a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is probably a bad idea. Linen, mats, baskets, and pottery.
Good morning. I was up for hours.
Alright, we'll see how that works. It's probably going to bite me in the butt hard because I don't usually operate like that, but I want to see how they do. This is mostly done. I could probably spruce it up a little bit with some detail, but there's the monument area with the reflecting pool. This is
Your
going to-
prestige is falling.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's normal. This is going to be a temple of Ma'at, so I will put some statues
Say,
of
let's do lunch sometime.
Isis on the front because Isis, the lesser one, had wings, and also Bast. It's a nice one to have. Just has that kind of it's beautiful. Beautiful statue. Okay, I had some fields missed. I'm not digging that. So I consider that a serious problem. Bubonic plague, that's another serious problem. Speaking of problems, yeah, that is absolutely stinking horrible. I'm gonna highlight my scribes. Boom, boom, boom. And they are positioned as decently as I can have them positioned, so I don't know what the issue is. Cha-ching, bada bing. I guess I'll just cross my fingers and hope for a better... Oh, great. This flood's gonna fail? Oh well. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And, yeah, I meant to, another thing that I discussed during the, failed recording with the muted mic is that, this time period was the reunification of Egypt after the first intermediate period. I alluded to this earlier, but the pharaoh that achieved the reunification was named Montuhotep. And just as a bit of academic trivia, every time you hear the last name Hotep, or the last part of a phrase, Hotep, Hotep means to be pleased or satisfied. So Montuhotep is the god of war is satisfied. Amun-Hotep is Amun is pleased, or Amun is satisfied. Ra-Hotep, you know, the sun god Ra, is pleased. I like to use the word is pleased. It's just easy. But the word Imhotep essentially means something like I come in peace. Or I bring calm, or I bring contentment.
Good morning.
Something like that. But I don't know too much about the intricacies of the ancient Egyptian language. I know that some of the words that they had was onomatopoeic, and you know, like their word for donkey was ea, a dog was uru, and cat was mea. I think their word for wine was erp. And since people tend to belch when they booze, or consume booze,
I'm always
there's a
glad to see
possibility
so
of that.
many smiling faces.
I have a failed flood, and I'm going to have to provide some economic help. Laborers consume so much resources, so This is gonna be interesting. I wish I knew where my tax collection was weak in particular. Now these specialists are, well, I'll try plugging in the gap here. But I don't like, I like having everything counted and calculated. I'm legit irritated that I'm not getting full tax collections. That is unacceptable. There's a lot riding on me being able to manage these resources. And at no point will a series of failed inundations be convenient. I'm also mostly ticked off that I had talked about a variety of things for an hour and a half and my mic was muted. So, yeah, I started this pyramid. I do not think that this pharaoh that's current, this pharaoh who was coronated and took credit for the deeds of his father, will be using this one. But there's at least one spare one here. Yeah, I got 2 spare large mastabas. And I think I can build some more regular mastabas.
Your prestige is rising.
Prestige is rising. Well, that's just lovely. I don't know why I'm seen as godlike now, but something has caused it to raise. Need to pour myself some Nile water. It's kind of a bummer because some of the steps that I took to help facilitate the construction of this was missed, but one of the chief things I did that enabled this to go as smoothly as possible was I put some cargo drop-off points for the regular limestone from Abydos or Abju and this fine limestone. When you have the raw materials delivered to a place where you can utilize them, it certainly makes the construction significantly easier. And this territory is vast enough for me to have multiple large pyramids constructed over time, which provide a bit of a nice skyline, I guess. Oh, I think, oh, for Pete's sake, are you kidding me? Seriously, nothing is going my way tonight. I'm getting these notifications about spyware updates. And if I try to do something about it, it knocks me out. And yeah, by all means, look at my YouTube and links and crap. This is just not my day. Anyway, I think work is going as good as it can on this pyramid. The thing about a pyramid is I think it speeds up the closer you're getting towards the end, because less and less materials are required to cover these areas. But I'm fairly I'm fairly hotepped at the pace. So, and these new mastabas are already being made. Time for me to take some asthma medicine. Alright, I got a message that my pharaoh is 27 years old, and now they're already talking about is your tomb ready? How's your tomb going? Well, I got two to choose from, so they're working on this delectable one. I think the oldest I've ever had a pharaoh make it to in this game was 48 or 49. Life expectancy was very short in this period. I would say the average lifespan was about 30. And that's pretty rough. I'm going to go ahead and add some of my signature fancy palm trees. They're not as fancy as I like. I don't know what's going on with that, so I'm going to try again. I want to plant them on farming land. Yeah, I didn't think it was.
House standing in my field? I don't get it.
Fancy palm tree. Let's try this again. There we go. Nice and fancy. It's totally classy. Classiest of the classy. Alright, these guys are already... Wow. Yeah, they're already established and got their goodies? Or is it this one that I just made? Wow, okay, they got their goodies pretty quick. Right on. I have 2 villagers. I don't like having villagers. I like having nobody but citizens under my realm. I don't want to... How many nobles do I have? Got 13. Sure, I can add another noble's house. Somewhere. If I do it here, it's a little far away from the other action. Boy, this is kind of crude. Let's try it. They're gonna worship Amun. They want some Amun in their lives. Who can blame him? Amun's such a stud. I really cramped my style to goof like I did, so I apologize for any substandard poopiness this video entails. Might have spared you some boring stuff, but I covered things that I thought was important and that I liked. Something that I love about this game is the detail. Like if school's in session, you can literally zoom down and see children being taught and saying things. No one being taught, no education available. We're at the harvest stage. think I forgot to give food for that last, yeah, I did, didn't I? Oh, wow. When you're trying to direct or do a narrative while you do this, it kind of makes it complicated. So I goofed. I want to see where the estates are with their... Well, they've got plenty of food, but they're unhappy. The flood will be great. And boy, there are a lot of unhappy people when it comes to worship. I'll declare a religious holiday. It's like, I wanted to worship a moon, and I couldn't. That just ruined my day. Let's see which shrines are closed. Oh, some of these shrines are closed. I'll get a priest going. Keep those superstitious people happy. There's a nice little priestly house on a hill. Got a 10 gods, and you're gonna like it. Hooray for a good inundation. You get a lot of repeat dialogue, but I get amused by it still. And once in a great while I hear something that I've never heard before, which is downright scandalous. Alright, well. 1, 2... I want farmers as close as I can get them to the bank. Or the floodplain, I mean. I might have a maximum of 118. So I'm hoping that the villagers give up their village lifestyle and come farm. Come farm for Pharaoh. The fields are fabulous. I was very alliterative. Graduates at 19. And let's see, who's the newest noble on the block? What's their history? They started out as villagers at the beginning of the game. They became farmers, and then they became villagers again. Servants, jewelers, and then they became nobles. Well, that's a success story if ever there was one. I'm almost afraid to look at this, or what I did back here, because I have a feeling these laborers are very unhappy. Wow, for the most part, they're doing okay. I'm surprised at that. And there's a large statue. But here's, I think, the fly in the ointment. Possible fly in the ointment. These laborers' houses that I put effectively blocks the path that they would need to take to bring these statues. So I'm hoping at some point they get her done. But by now, oh, they did. They have been bringing them down. So how about that?
A career in the service of Pharaoh is a very rewarding goal to have.
They put this together. Put that for the courthouse. we go. And I'm going to have some more
I shall honor you
lesser
as
Thoth
honor
statues.
as the precepts of the prefect teach us.
Are you saying that because you mean it, or because you think I want to hear it?
I don't think I heard that one before, and I didn't quite catch it. I love variety like that. Like if, I would love to see, like, an embalmer, like toggle, you know? Toggle, gore, that sort of thing, but I would like to see an embalmer
That's enough
work.
of that.
And I'd like to see, like if they made a super detailed game, you get these people falling in love, they have certain facial characteristics, and they have children that look like them, and you could follow their history, whether it's super happy or sad or the whole family dies out, you know, that sort of thing, however it would work. And you know, have different kinds of tombs and things. I would love a game like that, where you could zoom in really low and you see people working, and then you see people building things. It would just be beyond magnificent. And we're approaching...
There but for the grace of a moon go we, as the saying goes.
We're approaching an era, we're already here really, where that kind of gameplay is totally feasible. So you can have that level of detail.
Where does the time go?
And if you have, you know, customization, you can make something bigger or smaller in a similar manner of, you know, when you zoom in on something. You know, the bigger it is, the more resources it'll require. And you can add, you know, add a garden for incense, resins, you know. Gild it with gold. That sort of thing. Another good flood predicted, so that's nice. And let's get another entertainer and a couple of servants. Wait a minute. Let's see, I've got 13 entertainers, 14 noblemen. Let's bolster the entertainment industry. And let's also probably get some more... Oh no, we got lots of food, so that's good. But yeah, I'd love to see priests chanting things at temples and offering words of advice with more variety. Fighting neighbors, that sort of thing. Almost like a Sims thing on a grand scale. Families that are really good artisans that can teach their kids how to be extra good at whatever they're doing. And get a legacy bonus. And you're like fine jewel crafters.
Of your own someday. Then you'll understand.
Whatever.
Priests that do things, you know, priests weren't like the priests of modern, you know, like Catholic, well, I'll just be blunt, Catholic priests. They weren't like that. They didn't have a what they would deem a higher calling. They just did a job. They knew what to say and knew what to do. The better ones were more sincere and they were good at medicine.
Really paying off.
Well, maybe.
But, yeah, some of them were carousers, you know, with women, alcoholic, had multiple children from anonymous mothers, but they knew how to do a job, and they passed it down from father to son. And I don't think that, you know, even in literature with Egypt, there was an awful lot of emphasis put on virginity as being an extremely virtuous thing. I'm not sure. Well, I guess in terms of royals, it might have been a big deal. But they weren't very shy about that kind of thing. So if you want to learn about that, you can read some Egyptian mythology, and some of the stuff that happened between Set and Horus was rather cringeworthy, but yeah, it's part of their story. I'm trying to get the last villager employed, and this is getting kind of crazy. This is getting silly.
I just hope you don't change your mind about where we're going this time.
Gee whiz. Alright. You asked for it. Yeah, I want this to be a labor. 1, 2, 3.
Looks like another scorcher today.
5, 6.
Sometimes I could kick you.
That was an interesting response. I could kick you? Looks like it's gonna be another hot day. Shut up! Okay. Some warship complaints. Who has warship complaints? Let's address them. They want to worship Ptah. That's fine. I'll give them more Ptah in their life. So, shrine. I'll give you guys a shrine. Ah, you know what? I'll even give you an extra special one. It'll be right here. So you can get your Ptah on right by you. How about that?
Your prestige is rising.
You've become a god. There are no superlatives left for you. Well, by golly, that's just fantastic. But what would be even more fantastic would be to have no more villagers. If you have too much going on in this game, it gets choppy and unplayable, because this game is not running on a 64-bit client. If you guys love this game, I would highly recommend, oh yay, a very rich inundation. I would highly recommend you look at, or look up, Dynasty of the Sands. That game looks extremely promising, and I can hardly wait for that one to come out. If it ever becomes available for pre-order, I will probably be a freak and do that, even though there have been some pre-orders that have me saying, I will never pre-order anything ever again. But There are certain franchises that I will bite. The Mafia series is one of them. Assassin's Creed. I love Origins and Odyssey. I love them both equally, but for different reasons. Civilization's a good one. Although they really disappointed me with the last one. Civilization, like if you play Egypt, because you know I'm gonna play Egypt. I mean, gee whiz, it's Civilization. This is Imhotep Aktawi we're talking about here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna play Egypt. I find it insulting that the choice that we have to play Egypt is Cleopatra. And anybody that's listening to this, before you think that I'm being sexist, my two favorite pharaohs of all time is Hatshepsut and Amenhotep III. So spare me anything like that. Cleopatra was a Macedonian Greek. I would make her an honorary Egyptian because she emerged from the birth canal in Egypt, and she took the time to learn the language. And she did the best she could with what she had, but she was the last pharaoh of Egypt, and she wasn't even Egyptian. She was the ancestor of an occupying nation. She was a brilliant polyglot. She did everything that she could to keep things together. Face it, there was nothing you could do against Rome, period. Just end of story. You can't fight Rome. Not in this time period. So if Rome wants Egypt, they're going to get Egypt. And they're going to find a way to do it. And they did. And it's sad and it sucks, but you know, that's history. But with the choice of over 150 pharaohs, okay, you have like 170 something pharaohs to choose from. Let's pick the last one who committed suicide and saw Egypt get annihilated and destroyed once and for all.
Good day. Curse you and the ass you loaded on.
I think that's just lame. And that's all I have to say about that. Builders of Egypt looks fun, but I will say that it is more like the game Pharaoh than like this. This game feels a bit more open, and you can choose where you build things. And gee whiz, they should be, by now, there should be a statue on the way here.
I honestly think
Okay,
my
great.
English gets a little worse each year.
I think the statue is coming. Gosh, I should have waited for them to do that. I wish you could prioritize building, like for statues, like send the statues here first. Because people are gonna appreciate having, you know, the cult temple
Good enough for you?
for Ma'at. Another fun thing you can do is even after you make a temple, you can change the god that it's dedicated to, and you'll see a stone cutter just go up there and change the statue to whatever you want, which, you know, isn't very realistic, but it's fun to do. And I really like the bast statues. I think they're quite pretty. I'll remove the interface to get a better look at it. The gentleman who made this graphic update is toying with the idea of making fancier ones. According to the blog, if you click the blog, yes, there's the statue. Soon that will be Ma'at. I think if I had to put my favorite Egyptian gods, Ma'at would have to be on there. Ma'at, Thoth, Ra. I think that would be my favorite trio.
I am so tired. I hope I don't have to sweep the
Wisdom,
place out when I
medicine,
get home.
writing, the sun, and truth and justice. Uh-oh, the inundation has failed. That means economic kelp. I gotta remember to do that. I'm gonna give during the planting season. In this game, one day is one season. I don't know if I mentioned it this time. I mentioned it before. So there's 3 seasons. Akhet, which is the flood season. The 24-hour period is essentially a season. It gives you the day and night cycles and all that. I would love to see like the night sky properly done. Actually see the sun and being able to look around. The looking in this game is kind of tricky, you know, but you can't quite do it. But there's 64-bit clients with the bigger maps and more details. Family history. It just adds a level of depth and immersion that would just be so much fun. These foreign traders are enjoying the market there. I'm surprised that the townhouses aren't expanding more swiftly, because it's ideally situated, the family is prosperous and happy. Time to give some economic aid. I love this soundtrack so much. I love to work out to it. I love listening to it during commute sometimes. And before I go to bed. And there's Ma'at, all done. So, voila, we're done with that. And there's the head overseer.
Lovely bargain.
And he's sad because he can't get the goods that he wants, evidently. So I think it's time. Oh, let's see, there's a store right here. What's his wife doing? She's shopping for spices. Okay, you don't have any...
Lovely bargain.
Okay, now she's gonna shop for furniture. Let's watch her shop for furniture. She's going home now. She loves a bargain, she said, so she's going home. Take the long way home.
What a day!
Yeah. Okay. So now she's shopping for furniture. Wondering why she didn't get some while she was over there. Furniture's right there. Now she's got furniture, she's gonna get some linen. Now you see this. they're sad because they don't have the goods they want. They don't have common wares or luxury wares. So now she's going home. She has linen, baskets, and cedar furniture. That's really good stuff. And a mat for sleeping.
What a day!
Yeah, I bet. So now they're far more content with their goodies. So in their luxury, they have spices, faience jewelry, cedar furniture, leather and rush sandals. And they have rush mat, baskets, pottery, and linen. So it's kind of a bitter harvest. So, ooh, an extreme flood is predicted.
Hello?
I don't know if that will warrant, I don't know if an extreme flood will warrant economic help, but a failed flood does. We'll see where we're at with that later. But it's kind of fun to zoom in and watch people do things. It's certainly a lot more peaceful without people that need conquering or needing defense against. And now we can have 120 farms, but
You don't change your mind about where we are going this time.
oh, let's see, where are we at with this? 40? Nah, not quite. Yeah, 40%. And people like to discuss, well, if they're nerds like myself, they like to discuss how these were done. And I like the wraparound theory, because you can clear away the dirt easily. But I tend to think that there's this big ramp that went a hell of a ways one direction, and that was used. But nobody knows for sure, because they never documented it. But it was, I will say, the craftsmanship involved was just sublime. Why would the laborer's hut look so different? Look at that. I guess that's the variety. This version that I've got, it's like if I pick a certain building, laborer. So it would look like that. Laborer. And it would look like that. So there's, because I've noticed if I make too many things at once with the same stamp, it creates the same thing. I think they do that so that you can have some control over the variety. I just didn't think about it. But let's work on worship complaints. There's only 3, so what's this worship beef? I want to work on worship complaints. Most of these people are upset that they can't worship a moon. He's right there. And the shopkeeper, they probably want more
You need to have someone else.
prayers for a better flood next year. For a better flood. Not a bad idea, but we don't need a cult temple for Happy. We can have a regular temple for Happy. We should make the people happy. But where to put it? Where to put it? I'm thinking also of making a cult temple to Osiris. I'll do that if I can. If there's enough space. There we go. Boom. Osiris. And Cult Temple to Hathor. Hathor. And a regular temple to Hoppy. And that one, infrastructure, temple. We can angle it like that. Make that one to Hoppy. Alright, and get some brickyards going. And yeah. Should look kind of nifty. Now I have 2 villagers. I'm going to be plagued with villagers forever and ever. I really don't want any more. I don't want much more than 15. Well, I'll get one more noble going. But dude, this will be it. This will be it. Come on, any space around here? Ridiculous. Alright. Dare to be stupid. Get another entertainer. These guys are gonna start getting to be a little bit too far from stores and stuff for their comfort level. Getting a servant nearby. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. But that's going to be my cap. I'm not going to go beyond. I'm not going to go beyond that. It's not how I do things. Alright, good flood. So, let's see how the pyramids come along. 44%. I don't know if I'll let this recording go until it's done, because I have to go to bed at a reasonable hour. Oh, these... Wow, look at that. The cult temple's already pretty much done. Well, with the initial construction. We're gonna one slip of that
The
mouse
little
and you
people
can
look
delete
so happy. Sometimes I
can
yearn for
delete
a simple life.
things you don't want
Sounds
to
familiar.
delete at
Did you
all.
already say that once?
Cult temples deserve little paths that go to them. I will wait for these statues to be put on here before I add them. Because I want to get the most out of them. Yeah, I figured that one would be done quick. There's one to Happy. This game's not perfect at all with the, like you can't have diagonal roads and stuff, but just for a bit of variety, you can mix it up a little bit. But for a small temple like this, I have it angled towards the Nile and have it be a decent bit of symbolism. People dragging the limestone. And at this point, I have more than enough limestone so I'm gonna tell the fine limestone deliveries to stop for now. And so we got, oh yeah, we got enough to make a whole other large pyramid. So I'm gonna have the limestone stop, and we'll save some quote-unquote money. As of this recording, it is 11:03 p.m. and I have to get up at 7. You know what that means? That means I'm not going to be a responsible adult, and I'm going to keep playing for a while yet. %47%, so yep. This speeds up a bit at the end, because less and less materials are required. To add to that magic. And soon all of the stone cutters in the area will converge to smoothen the edges of the Great Pyramid. So it's already at 48. Once you get to the 40% point, it speeds up quite a lot. I like putting statues in front of pyramids once they're done. Unusually high inundation. Taxes were high, but they weren't maximum. I don't like that. %. The animation just wonderful.
It could be worse. We could be pulling uphill.
In the future, I'm going to be more conscious of the style of the buildings that I'm setting down. There's times when I want uniformity and there's times when I don't. But I appreciate knowing how this works now. I played this game for a decade. Off and on, of course. And I never got that. I feel silly. 49. That can be the capstone. Yep, there we go. I wonder how many stone cutters will come to call. I'll tell you what, we have room for we have room for a few, to be honest.
Seem so happy and carefree.
I wonder if the stone carvers' homes look any different at any point. So far they seem to look the same. Yeah, they're the same. So I'll have them go back to back. Back to back. And back to back. That's a little extravagant, but imagine wanting to be a villager and not a proud citizen. Tisk, tisk. Come on, villagers. Live a little. Consign your existence to my whim. It'll be fun. I gotta pay for these specialists. Oh. We're gonna get even crazier with these. Got some more statues available. spurs. Brickyard. Alright. We're grabbing a large statue. It's probably en route to one of these temples. Come on, villagers. Submit. You don't want to be independent, you want to be part of a team. Inundation fails. Alright, let's release some food to the estates right off the bat. Lose that brickyard. I think we can lose even that brickyard. Work is coming along pretty good on that. I think we can set the foundation for large pyramid. There we go. They have a bit more of a hike with this one, so probably will not be built so fast. And hopefully, when the Pharaoh goes west, he won't be so old. He'll need to use the short-term mastaba. This is actually being done rather quickly. It might seem agonizingly slow, but this is pretty quick. They're already starting to go to work. Those. I wonder. Start making big, large mastabas. Just for prestige. And you to grid to kind of help me. Always makes me think it crashes when I don't think there's enough room to do another go, but trying to find the line. Good golly, Miss Molly. Okay. Yeah, we can't build on a sand dune. Too bad we can't even this out. Find some way to do that. Because that's impossible. Absolutely impossible. You're asking way too much. I think as a monument, I'll put something on top of there.
But making it possible for others is satisfying too. Fine by me.
Alright, we can take off the and there. And the last finishing touches are being done on that pyramid. 96% done.
I should go to Crazy Imhotep. His prices are insane.
And there we go. That pyramid is done. And I'm going to frame the outer side a little bit. Here as well. And Greater Horus. Start with that. Facing this way on both sides. Ooh, no, not like that. No. That makes me nervous when I see that thing do that. I could easily accidentally delete that. Believe you me, I don't want to do that. Horus the Falcon. There we go. I'll put Horus the Falcon here. And Horus Falcon there. And then next to that, a Greater Horus statue. colossal seeded barrow. Sorry, I'm just trying to decide how I want it to look. Let's go ahead and raw statue, I guess. I like symmetry, in case you were wondering. Anubis. And Osiris. And Lesser Guardian Sphinx. I'm wondering if I want to line the way or leave it at that. I'll make a shrine as well to act as a mortuary. Nope, that's not the one I want. That's the one I want. And how many spaces ahead? Right at the front. That one will be to Horus. And I'll get some brickyards put in place.
Come on, keep the rhythm, boys. Together now.
Infrastructure. Get those nice little pretty fancy palm trees. Hooray for rich inundations. And boo-hoo for forgetting to add, look at that, 14 villagers now, because I forgot to manage my economy better. I forgot to disperse food, so things went to hell in a handbasket. Release food to estates late. See if you can sit and swivel on a cactus, unclad. That really is a bit frustrating. We're gonna have villagers popping up all over the place now. That was my fail. But that's part of the process. I can't really play this game and narrate at the same time. Since when I have holidays, people convene here. I want to see if I can make a sort of gathering place. start with the center. Center should be there.
Beautiful morning, isn't it?
And tannin green, maybe? I don't know. We'll experiment a little bit. And blue and green. And let's just green palm tree. That kind of higgledy-piggledy around there. Then doom palm tree. Tall palm tree.
I am so tired. I wish I could turn in early.
I should have turned in early. I'm being an irresponsible, miserable excuse for an adult. But I will be going to bed soon. It's just like civilization. Just one more turn. Just one more turn. Okay, so harvest. Excellent fertility. Some fields missed. I don't like that at all. If I were Pharaoh, that would have me breaking hands of tax collectors. A good flood is predicted, so I will issue an edict to hold a state holiday. Try and encourage the villagers, which are now numbering vastly. Oh, and I even have vagrants. See, that's what lack of attention does. It causes vagrancy and people to leave the city. That is miserable. I did not take good care of the people, that's on me. It shows how precarious things can get. Boy, they can get precarious. Those are needed brickyards. That one is not needed. I would love to, and I might do this in another episode, but I would love to just show you destruction. Like just making pyramids fall. And I would, but I'm going to save the game first before doing that. I don't want to show anybody the existing file name that I've chosen, because in some cases I was angry and made some objectionable, uncivilized choices in naming. Usually my go-to word involved the stains left by fecal material, that sort of thing. just isn't classy. And I try to be classy. And I wanted to see if anybody's showing up at my plaza to celebrate. Look at that. I joked that, yeah, watch, I'll make a plaza and nobody will celebrate. I wonder if the trees are blocking the way or something, and they're like, oh, we can't celebrate there because there's trees blocking the way. We don't feel so welcome. I don't understand that. I tried to make a nice little plaza for everybody to hang out and party. Because this is where they assembled before, and I thought, great. I'll go ahead and hook you guys up. Nope. Not so fast. Not so fast. Well, I think it is probably time for bed, and my attitude is a bit stinky. So my apologies to anybody who cares about my behavior. I will certainly embellish things further and share some more drivel. I'm planning to try other scenarios in the future. I'm going to allow anyone to use these because I think I get money. When people use these large ones. Move to Hemen-Nesu. The fare there's crazy. You can get a tomb like you wouldn't believe. Anyways, I wish you all a kind and gentle night, or a good morning or afternoon, wherever you may be, all across these wonderful time zones of ours, all over the world. Fair winds for now, and stay safe, everybody.